Welcome back to another episode of Spilling the Tea with Dr. T.
And Gabriel D.
That's me. And your favorite, Lovely.
Lovely is here. Can you believe?
She is here. She is very talkative today.
Huh.
She has a lot of questions to you.
Okay. Well, she's come to the right place. And for those of you who don't know, we forgot to introduce Lovely the last episode.
I know, what a shame.
What a shame.
And because of that, we're going to give Lovely another 5 seconds. Please, Lovely. I know. She talks too much. What are we talking about today?
Today, we're going to be talking about another taboo topic that we've touched on here and there, literally touched on, and that is how to rub your prostate.
That's a fan favorite.
It's a fan favorite. We're going to be reviewing prostate stimulation in general because even though this is, again, a taboo topic, it is essential for men to understand the ability to enhance their sexual performance, enhance their sexual health, and overall well-being. So we do want to take some time to explain why it's important, why it can be a beneficial activity, and then, of course, how to find it. Because we got some comments with people saying they weren't able to find a walnut-sized organ up there. We're going to walk you through it. So
today we're going to teach you thoroughly.
I don't know if I would say thoroughly, but we're going to do our best to give you a step-by-step instruction.
Yeah, this is YouTube.
Yeah, we can't be too thorough.
So first, please define for us what is the prostate.
So the prostate is a gland found just under the bladder in men that is essential for semen production.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Often known as the male G-spot or the P-spot. When this area is stimulated or rubbed, it can produce a powerful sexual response or stimulation. And so it's really important that men understand not only how it functions, but where to find it so that they can demystify the process and enjoy themselves and learn more about how their prostate can benefit them and provide them pleasure.
Is it G-spot as in Gabriel?
Not quite. So the G-spot is actually referred to as a spot inside the vagina for women, and it causes immense pleasure when it's stimulated, usually during intercourse. And so the male G-spot would be the prostate or the P-spot. A good question.
I always thought it was the Gabriel spot.
It's not all about Gabriel, even though for me it is.
I know we talk about this at least 20 times, but what are some health benefits to rubbing the prostate?
Prostate stimulation can actually enhance prostate health by increasing blood flow to the organ. So increasing the blood flow, of course, is going to increase the rich supply of nutrients, oxygen, and that can reduce inflammation. We worry about inflammation causing something called prostatitis, and also increasing blood flow may reduce the risk of something called benign prostatic hyperplasia, which can occur in the prostate as well.
Wow, rubbing the prostate to live longer.
Absolutely. And regular massage can actually alleviate some urinary issues, especially those that are related to benign prostatic hyperplasia. We know it also can help improve overall pelvic health. So really, it's going to contribute to an overall improvement in your health.
Wow, who'd have thought just massaging the area can bring so many benefits?
Yeah, and there's actually something called milking the prostate, which we've talked about before, which is a rhythmic sort of massage that can actually release prostatic fluid, thus reducing inflammation even further. So not only are we bringing blood flow in, we're reducing and releasing some of that prostatic fluid. So it's a 2-for-1 to help to reduce inflammation in the prostate.
Milking the prostate, I remember that from previous videos.
Yeah, if you're interested, you could take a look at the other videos that have prostate in the title. I guarantee we're talking about milking the prostate somewhere in those videos.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
There's actually some peer-reviewed medical journals out there that have shown that continued massage to the prostate, of course, again, is going to further reduce inflammation by milking, releasing that prostatic fluid, increasing blood flow, and this may actually reduce the risk for prostate cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot more studies that need to be done, but the initial things that are coming out are very positive. In fact, 1 in 8 men are going to get diagnosed with prostate cancer at some point in their lives, so it's definitely something to consider to further reduce your risk. And there's some pleasure along the way.
And so what are the sexual benefits to rubbing the prostate?
So many men that do proceed with prostate stimulation often report that their orgasms are not only more satisfying, but more intense. So a more intense and satisfying orgasm is certainly going to benefit your sexual health. It can increase libido, which is our sex drive, and pleasure. So of course, this adds another dimension or layer to the sexual experience.
Absolutely. Everyone should try it.
Yeah, accepting this as an activity that you may want to partake in with your partner is going to only enhance your overall sexual satisfaction and the things you get to do together.
That sounds fun. Don't you agree?
I certainly agree.
Okay.
Let's go back to the questions.
Yes, back to the questions. What is internal prostate stimulation?
So internal prostate stimulation refers to the direct stimulation of the prostate through the rectum. So it's going to be an insertion of either fingers or toys specifically designed to stimulate the prostate in order to get into that area and apply direct pressure on the prostate itself, thus leading to the stimulation and their physical response, which is typically feeling pretty good, definitely going to cause an increase in your arousal state, and of course may result in a powerful orgasm.
Interesting. Good to know.
It's important to also know proper hygiene, of course, is always recommended. Wash the hands, wash the toys, and you want to make sure you are relaxed. That external sphincter needs to be in a more relaxed tone so that you're able to easily access through the rectum. And of course, you want to use plenty of lubricant so you can make sure that you're enjoying yourself throughout the process.
All those things we already talked about this in the channel. Again, if you haven't seen those videos yet, please go back a little bit.
Yeah, we've talked about the importance of all these things, and we will continue to probably talk about them in the future.
It seems to be our favorite topic.
Well, what do you think?
And what is external prostate stimulation?
So of course, external prostate stimulation, just like it sounds, is going to be more external. This is going to be the stimulation of the area called the perineum. So this is between the scrotum and the anus, and so it's external. So that means it's probably less intimidating for people out there who aren't quite ready to insert or to penetrate things into that area. You want to consider using your fingers, which you can lightly rub around the area. You can also buy vibrating toys specifically designed to stimulate the area as well. And it's going to often result in a similar response. So you're going to feel maybe more aroused and in more of a powerful orgasm once you get to that timing.
And so what are some techniques for internal prostate stimulation?
So to find the prostate, you want to first lubricate either your finger or a toy specifically designed to reach the prostate, and look for or feel for a walnut-sized organ towards the front. It's not going to necessarily feel like a walnut, and it's not going to have any ridges like that. It's going to be about a walnut size. And so I have had some people leave comments saying, I can't find it. I don't feel something like a walnut. It kind of feels like the back of the palm of your hand, kind of like more firm than the rest of the area. And it's quite small, at least it should be. And you will probably feel as you're rubbing it as though you may have to urinate, or like that sensation, which sometimes feels good when you're urinating. At least that's how I would describe that feeling. But once you've started to feel that way, you're at the right spot.
Very detailed explanation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so you want to apply gentle sort of force and rub in a rhythmic pattern around that area. And typically you're going to have a nice response to that. If you feel any pain or discomfort, it's probably a sign you're not doing something correctly, or you should give yourself some time, or maybe talk to someone to give you more of a thorough step-by-step instruction, because there should be no pain or discomfort. Most people are going to feel pleasure. And again, you want to do that sort of rhythmic back and forth movement. That's going to help to milk the prostate, which is not only going to result in, again, releasing that prostatic fluid to reduce inflammation, increase blood flow, but get pleasure as well. So it's a 3-for-1.
3-for-1. That sounds like a good deal.
And we're always looking for deals.
And what are some techniques for external prostate stimulation?
I think the most important part here is to find the perineum, which is really not that difficult. It's between your scrotum and your anus if you're a male. And so once you kind of identify that area, you should already probably know that it's quite sensitive. There can be some pleasure when you caress that area or rub that area. So similarly, you want to take a couple fingers or a toy that vibrates, and you can put it in that area. Consistent sort of friction and rubbing in the area is going to result in pleasure. And it's something you can do when you are with a partner or by yourself. You can add masturbation into it to really heighten the level of sexual intensity. And again, it is quite easy for a novice or a beginner to start using things to pleasure that area or your fingers, because it's not too intimidating. It's external and it doesn't require too much pressure, so to speak.
I love how you mentioned the combination with other sexual activities, because that can enhance things.
Absolutely. And that is what we're here to help you with, to enhance things.
That should be our logo, enhancing things.
Yeah.
Enhancing your life.
I'm down. That sounds perfect.
And how should partners go about prostate stimulation?
So open communication and consent are going to be key here. You don't want to start putting fingers and toys in places that people aren't quite ready for. You also want to be aware of whether or not your partner has a prostate. If they don't, they may not know you want yours stimulated. So being able to say, hey, this is something I'd like to try. And hopefully you are in a comfortable relationship or relationship with that person enough to say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do to enhance our sexuality or our sex life. And I think usually, if you're in a good situation, the person's going to be very excited to try something new with you.
Or not, as long as you communicate
Yeah.
and let them know what's your preference and what you want to accomplish.
Absolutely. I think that's the key to starting any new sort of technique or behavior, especially in the bedroom.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, discussing boundaries, comfort levels, things that you like or dislike are going to be really important to help build a trusting relationship where you feel open enough to communicate these things and thus have a more satisfying sexual experience with your partner.
Are there techniques for partners to consider?
Yeah, so I would say they're about the same technique as what you would do on your own, using a finger or two with plenty of lubricant or a toy with plenty of lubricant that may vibrate or may not, that is intended to stimulate the prostate. Are great places to get started. Of course, you want to be aware of your partner's reactions as you're
Right.
going through the process. I think that's the technique or the tip that I would give someone who's maybe engaging in this the first time or maybe the fifth time with their partner. See how they're responding,
Right.
see if they're actually enjoying it. It's pretty simple to see how someone responds during a sexual activity as their body's going to give it away. But that way you can learn on your own what
Right.
things your partner likes or don't. So you can always go back to the back of your head and say, what should I pull out tonight or today or this morning or whenever you're engaging in your activities.
That's a great point because a lot of times people don't know what to say at that moment. So it's important to look at them and have their feedback.
Yeah, it's the best way to get feedback in an activity, in my opinion, especially a sexual activity, is to just take a look at how your partner's responding. Their body will tell you.
Body language it is.
Absolutely.
And who can benefit from this activity?
Well, if you have a prostate, you can likely benefit from this activity, regardless of the fact that it's very taboo and it can be extremely uncomfortable to talk to your partner about this, to even acknowledge that this is something you want to do. Prostate stimulation is not related to your sexual orientation or your identity. It's just about having a good time, exploring your body, and being able to share that experience with someone that you love or someone that you want to get things on with.
Absolutely. Let's break the taboo. Everyone deserves their prostate to be rubbed if they have one.
Absolutely, why not? And that's what we do here on the T. We try to break stigmas, break taboos, and hope that you are all enjoying your sexual life with your partner or by yourself. But if you have other questions for us,
Let us know. You know what to do. Comment, like, share, post, drop a pin, all those things.
yeah, and if you have questions about this video or things that we discussed in this video you'd like to hear more about, you can also leave those below. Your comments mean the world to us. Your
Yes.
comments mean the world to Lava Lee. Somebody left comments about how we didn't introduce him in our last video, and he was very upset. So we're glad that we can get on the same page. Hopefully he will be with us for a long time because you don't want to upset Lava Lee.
No, absolutely not. She will be very mad and upset
Absolutely.
if you do it.
But we hope to see you at a next video next week where we will be discussing something sexual health related and hopefully something that you've left us in the comments below. So until then, we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Bye.